Welcome to Furniture Industry News, your go-to source for the latest happenings and expert analysis within the world of furniture. I'm your host, and in today's episode, we'll be delving into a series of topics that hold significant weight on our industry's pulse. From the recent downturn in furniture store sales to the strategies executives are deploying to navigate through these challenging times, we'll offer you insightful commentary that's as comprehensive as it is current. In addition, we're casting a critical eye over the bedding sector to examine the hurdles it faces amidst a turbulent market. We'll also tackle the decline in U.S. furniture exports, explore the burgeoning trade routes from China to Mexico, and consider Wayfair's bold move into brick-and-mortar retail. Whether you are shaping tomorrow's furniture trends or ensuring today's showroom success, this episode is crafted with the intent to keep you informed and one step ahead. So, stay tuned as we unpack these stories, discern their implications, and arm you with the knowledge you need to excel in the furniture industry. Let's get started. A persistent trend of decline has marked the landscape of the furniture industry, with furniture store sales registering a downturn for the 14th consecutive month. It's a concerning streak, underscoring a series of challenges facing retailers amidst a shifting economic terrain. According to the latest data released by the U.S. Department of Commerce, year-over-year furniture store sales fell by 8.4% in April. April's sales slid to $10.67 billion from the previous year's $11.7 billion, putting the sector at the bottom of the list for retail performance tracked by the government. While the overall retail sales in April remained relatively unchanged from March, the specifics in the furniture segment paint a different picture, showing a decline from $10.72 billion in March to $10.67 billion in April. This drop reflects not just a month-to-month fluctuation, but more so an ongoing lag that has not spared other sectors either, such as sporting goods, hobbies, musical instruments, and bookstores with a 4.7% decrease, or health and beauty stores, which also experienced a slight downturn. It's interesting to note, though, amidst this decline, furniture store sales figures still remain above pre-pandemic levels, higher than April's figures through the years from 2014 to 2019. This shows that while the sector is experiencing contraction, its foundation, built up over years of steady performance, remains strong, pointing to resilience that could eventually see sales bounce back. Other retail segments did report year-over-year increases, such as non-store retailers, including e-commerce platforms and catalogs, which climbed by 7.5%. This reveals a continuing trend where consumers may be pivoting more towards digital shopping experiences over traditional in-store purchases. This shift in consumer spending habits leaves the furniture storefronts facing a pressing need to adapt and rethink strategies. In the context of today's market dynamics, it has become quite pertinent for these businesses to hone in on the online shopping behavior that has taken hold of the consumer convenience psyche. The substantial impacts of this decline could ripple out to affect jobs, local economies, and the broad ecosystem of the furniture industry, from manufacturers to distributors and the end retailers. The adaptation to this reality for furniture stores could mean exploring enhancements in the online shopping experience, leveraging technology, and investing in market strategies that attract the modern consumer. Considering furniture's central role in any home setting, this ongoing decline calls for a closer examination of the drivers behind these shrinking numbers, and more so, a call to action for the entire industry to adapt to the current retail climate. With the right blend of innovation, customer engagement, and operational agility, the potential for a turnaround exists. Furniture businesses must be willing to embrace change, meet their customers where they are, and move forward with a strategic, growth-oriented mindset. As the halfway mark of the year approaches and the furniture industry accelerates into the second half, growth remains a top priority for executives within the sector. While certain segments face a challenging market environment, opportunities abound as retail bounces back and consumer interest in home decor continues to flourish. Bassett Furniture is one brand taking a proactive approach to driving business. At the April market, the company unveiled initiatives designed to foster increased retail traffic, reduce lead times, and mitigate shipping costs. A notable example is the introduction of the custom studio concept, It offers a streamlined, custom upholstery gallery in a fraction of the typical retail space, harnessing high sales per square foot with appealing made-in-America products. In a bid to exceed customer expectations, Bassett Furniture has also launched a mixed container program, enabling buyers to combine most of its imported wood products with its imported club-level motion seating line, assuring immediate shipment from its Vietnam distribution center. The addition of stocked fabrics to club-level frames not only hits more competitive price points, but upholds the line's luxury with top-grain leathers and advanced features such as zero-gravity mechanisms and high-density foam. Meanwhile, brands like Hooker and Universal are extending their reach to the design community. From product variety to strategic events and showroom locales, these brands are winning over buyers who crave style leadership across diverse categories, including both indoor and outdoor furniture selections. Universal is turning heads with its mix of educational programming and a versatile product line that continues to draw in designers. The emphasis on refreshing in-store merchandise translates into a need for inspiring collections, a meticulous showroom layout, and a thoughtful fusion of textures and materials. These efforts resonate with buyers eager for novelty without succumbing to the industry's typical Me Too offerings. On the flip side, Hooker Furnishings emphasizes synergy between its case goods and upholstered products. Crafting environments where these offerings can seamlessly share a space caters to a comprehensive merchandising strategy. CEO Jeremy Hoff maintains, "You can focus on all the other things to make sure your company is better on the back end operationally, but if the product is not right, everything else is all in vain in this industry." AI co-president David Kohler understands that robust order intake and market share growth arise from presenting innovative merchandise that sparks excitement among show attendees. The company showcased successful pairings of case goods and upholstery at the market, highlighting their strategic alignment from both a design and merchandising standpoint. As generational tastes evolve, the likes of lifestyle enterprise CEO Michael Sieh recognize the shift toward European design preferences among younger consumers. This realization is guiding the company to introduce more contemporary styles scaled for smaller living spaces, especially in the upholstery segment. With a good, better, best framework, resources like Home Elegance are aiming to captivate a wider retail spectrum through their newly expanded 100,000 square foot showroom. The idea is to appeal across price points and styles, targeting not just high-margin items, but also those doorbusters that entice shoppers through the doors. Indeed, it's a time of transformation within the furniture industry. As growth strategies unfold from innovation in design to adaptations in retail experiences, businesses are laying the groundwork for sustained success in a fast-changing market landscape. The bedding industry is currently facing a labyrinth of challenges that are shaping the market dynamics and consumer behavior. Today, we are going to dive into the most pressing issues, with insights directly from top executives who are navigating this complex landscape. Starting with low-cost imports, John Merwin, CEO of 3Z Brands, expresses that this is hardly a new concern, but one that's been at the forefront for over a decade. However, Merwin is quick to pivot the conversation to more current pressures, pinpointing inflation and rising interest rates as the culprits behind subdued consumer demand. Until significant relief from these economic headwinds, Merwin anticipates the bedding industry could continue to bear witness to lackluster consumer interest. Supporting his industry peer, Stuart Karlitz, founder and senior advisor at Bedding Industries of America, gives us his take on the impact of imports. He notes that foreign governments have skewed the playing field by financially aiding the dumping of products into the U.S. market. When U.S. sanctions have sought to address these practices, companies have circumvented penalties by opening U.S.-based plants, bringing overseas dollars into their economies. Karlitz advocates for a robust and unwavering stance from the government, including the imposition of tariffs to uphold fair competition. He also touches on the natural course of consolidation, where the big get bigger and the smaller entities either adapt or fade into the annals of industry history. From another vantage point, Sean Pennington, CEO of Diamond Mattress, brings our attention to the consumer perspective. High interest rates and a drop in home sales, two pivotal drivers of market demand, are his primary concerns. Rather than seeing industry consolidation as a worrisome trend, Pennington views it as an opportunity for differentiation from major brands. Furthermore, he highlights sustainability as an increasingly vital aspect, proudly sharing Diamond Mattress's Green Guard Gold certification for most of their products. To counter these trials, Chris Tahaney of DreamFit focuses on building robust inventories and flexibility within their organizational structure. The aim is to insulate against logistics disruptions and to shore up consumer confidence in the face of unforeseen events such as natural disasters or global conflicts. Yet, it's not just operational agility that's on the minds of industry leaders. John Stowe of E.S. Cluft and Company articulates concern over low consumer confidence intertwined with high inflation and diminishing buying power, all of which have led to less foot traffic in stores. In light of this, Cluft and Company are bolstering support for their retail partners with tailored advertising campaigns and promotional offers, emphasizing the quality of their bedding as integral to the consumer's health-conscious lifestyle. As we wrap up today's discussion on the bedding industry, it's clear that although executives confront a variety of challenges, there's also a unified vision for emerging stronger. They aim to optimize operations, challenge the status quo of market competition, and re-engage the consumer through a focus on health, sustainability, and flexible business strategies. While the path ahead is riddled with economic uncertainty and fierce market competition, these leaders are setting the stage for resilience and innovation within the bedding landscape. In today's global marketplace, the ebb and flow of export volumes can serve as a bellwether for larger economic trends, and the United States furniture industry is no exception. After a year that saw U.S. furniture exports climb by a modest 4%, the winds have shifted, leaving the market grappling with a 4% decline as we closed out the year 2023. The final tally brings us to a concerning figure of $2.297 billion, a noteworthy rollback from the $2.399 billion the year before. What has contributed to this downturn? Our usual trading partners within the top 10, barring Saudi Arabia and China, have shown diminished appetite. Canada, our top customer for furniture, dialed back their orders by 4%, an indication of more frugal spending or perhaps a sign of shifting market dynamics. Mexico follows a similar pattern, albeit with a slightly lesser decline of 2%, and the United Kingdom registering a dip close to 6%. Zeroing in on Canada's figures, which towers above others, with imports amounting to $1.446 billion. This accounts for approximately 63% of our total furniture export. Mexico trails behind, making up about 8%. These statistics underscore the heavy reliance of the U.S. furniture export business on its immediate neighbors. Looking at category-specific changes casts further light on this descent. Sharp drops can be seen with a 90% plummet in mattress foundations exports, a 35% fall in mattresses, and a 41% tumble in wood frame upholstered chairs. In contrast, fluctuations such as an increase of metal furniture exports show the potential for strategic pivots within the industry. Australia, our sixth largest furniture export market, reflects a similar narrative with a 24% decrease in U.S.-made furniture heading down under. Yet amidst the overall decline, there were a few bright spots. U.S. furniture exports to Saudi Arabia leaped by an impressive 61%, facilitating Saudi Arabia's ascension into the top 10 importer position based on the year 2023 stats. The Middle Eastern countries' uptick in demand spotlighted categories like upholstered chairs and seats, as well as metal furniture. It's worth noting the contrast in trade magnitude with China, which continues to dominate by a wide margin. In 2022, Saudi Arabia's imports from China were robust, specifically in the furniture sector. The implications of these numbers resonate deeply within the international sphere, revealing not only the state of bilateral trade relations, but also hinting at opportunities for the U.S. to reclaim or reimagine its export strategy. When analyzing success and setbacks in the U.S. exports landscape, we lean in on specific categories to understand where we thrive versus where we stagger. Miscellaneous wood furniture topped the charts with a slight uptick of 1%, cresting just over $415 million. Other areas witnessing expansion included metal furniture, canes, and similar wares, up 6% to nearly $142 million, and upholstered seats with metal frames, up 1% to $132.2 million. These segments exemplify pockets of resilience in an otherwise irregular export cadence. The industry's recalibration in response to these export contractions will likely serve as a key discussion in the years ahead. The task for U.S. furniture makers now is to navigate this flux with strategic innovation, ensuring that potential growth opportunities are not left unseated, even when faced with international headwinds. In a strategic move that is reshaping trade dynamics, several major ocean carriers have now established dedicated trade routes from China to Mexico. As we delve deeper, it's clear this development underscores China's expanding grip on the Mexican market and signals a potential shift in the global economic landscape. The numbers are telling. Mediterranean Shipping Company, the largest ocean shipper globally, together with Titan's CMA CGM and Costco subsidiary OOCL, have all launched new lines. These routes connect various Chinese and South Korean ports directly with Mexico's west coast. Significantly, the TLP-5 service by OOCL offers impressive transit times ranging between 15 and 20 days from Qingdao, China, to Mexican ports. With plans to operate 8 vessels, each capable of carrying between 4,000 to 6,000 20-foot equivalent containers, the scale of this operation is monumental, and the impacts don't stop at transit times and cargo capacity. January observances alone recorded nearly 60% year-over-year rise in shipping from China to Mexico, translating to a substantial increase from 73,000 to around 117,000 20-foot containers. According to Zenetta's chief analyst, Peter Sand, the China to Mexico corridor may well be the fastest-growing trade route in the world presently. What's more, the annual growth rate clocked in 2023 stood at an astounding 34.8%, a significant leap from just 3.5% the year before. To further elaborate the burgeoning scale, in January 2024, the traffic from China to the U.S. West Coast was 9 times larger than to Mexico, down from 11 times larger the previous year. The impetus behind this upswing in oceanic trade isn't just commercial, it's deeply geopolitical. These dedicated lines serve as a testament to Mexico's climbing stature as a key player in the trade ecosystem. In fact, in the month of March, Mexico was recognized as America's top trading partner, a position it has maintained for 13 of the past 14 months. But what does this mean for the furniture industry? Industry professionals should consider the potential ripple effects. On the one hand, we're witnessing an increase in accessibility to products and raw materials, a boon for manufacturers and retailers looking to diversify supply and cater to the evolving demands of consumers. On the other, it presents sobering competitiveness and market disruption challenges. Still, amidst these strategic chess moves on the global trade board, questions remain. How should U.S. businesses position themselves amid these shifts? What strategies can leaders in the furniture sector implement to leverage this growth? And crucially, will this burgeoning trade route open new doors for growth or present unforeseen challenges to navigate? Understanding these trends and staying ahead of the curve is vital as we seek to embrace opportunities and prepare for challenges in an interconnected global economy. For the furniture industry, where every component and finished product counts, the evolving China-Mexico trade relationship may indeed signal a new era, one where adaptability and insight will determine who thrives in this changing landscape. In an intriguing twist of retail strategy, Wayfair, the giant of e-commerce, is anchoring itself in the physical realm with the opening of its largest standalone store. This new retail frontier is located in the Chicago suburb of Wilmette, with the grand opening slated for May 23rd. At an expansive 150,000 square feet, the Eden Plaza store is a massive leap in size compared to Wayfair's other branded locations, which range from 10 to 18 times smaller. What Wayfair envisions with the Eden Plaza store is a comprehensive one-stop shop for all things home. From furniture and decor to housewares and home improvement products, the store seems designed to cater to every conceivable home need. It's about enveloping the customer in an experience, an ethos that extends to the porch, an on-site restaurant where customers can dine, thus intertwining the acts of shopping and socializing. This bold expansion into brick-and-mortar is a calculated endeavor to create localized experiences for both existing and new customers, providing the unique opportunity to physically engage with products that were previously relegated to the confinements of the digital screen. And indeed, this tactile experience can alter customer perceptions and decisions significantly. Much can be gleaned about market strategy from Wayfair's other retail locations, which incorporate its various specialty brands. The all-modern, Birch Lane, and Joss and Main stores are examples of how the company has previously approached physical retail with a measured pace, honing its model to integrate seamlessly with its online presence. Niraj Shah, CEO, co-chairman and co-founder, expressed his excitement for the Wayfair store launch during a conference call, emphasizing the careful, iterative approach to physical retail. He recognized that physical stores present a learning curve, requiring time to yield tangible success before scaling up. While financial transparency on the store's performance is yet to be provided, Shah signaled a forthcoming discourse on the symbiotic relationship between Wayfair's online and offline channels. Perhaps therein lies the potential for a paradigm shift in retail, where the digital and the physical converge, each amplifying the other's strengths. What we're witnessing is Wayfair placing its stake in the ground, not just as an online purveyor of home goods, but as a multidimensional retail force. As analysts and industry experts alike await the unfolding impact, we are reminded of the transformative power of tactile consumer experiences and the evolving nature of the retail landscape that blurs the line between the digital and the brick-and-mortar domains. Wayfair's foray here is not just about sales, it's about reshaping the furniture shopping experience and fundamentally redefining the future of home retail. In a somber shift from our usual discussions, we must turn our attention to the significant developments unfolding in Holland, Michigan, where the office furniture landscape is experiencing a profound change. Fellows Brands, a prominent name in the workplace furniture sector, is proceeding with the phased shutdown of its Trendway furniture plant. This deeply unfortunate turn of events was first announced in February and reflects the harsh realities that businesses can face within our industry. According to communications from the company, this closure will begin with the layoff of 117 workers starting later this month. Regrettably, this process is slated to conclude by October 10th, progressively diminishing the workforce that has been integral to Fellows Brands' operation. The initial layoff wave is set to impact 17 employees, a figure that is starkly confronting when one considers the personal lives and families behind each number. This decision comes amidst what the company has described as unsustainable shortfalls in their operation. Despite significant investments in support and systems, the expectation remains unmet. The news release from CEO John Fellows expressed deep regret for the impact on both customers and employees, emphasizing that the competitive market has pushed the operation to an unrecoverable condition. The company's journey with the Trendway plant traced a hopeful path originally. In 2019, Fellows aimed to breathe new life into the facility with substantial upgrades. However, the efforts clashed with an ineffective implementation of an enterprise resource planning system in 2023, reiterating how technological transformations can unexpectedly backfire. We grapple with understanding the comprehensive implications of this development. For the community of Holland, Michigan, this represents more than a loss of jobs. It reflects a tectonic change in the local economic fabric. Fellows Brands played no small part in the manufacturing pulse of the area, which now foresees an adjustment period. As the staggered layoffs roll out over the coming months, it is crucial to acknowledge the human dimension to this closure. Fellows Brands has committed to aiding their employees through this transition with integrity, reflecting the brand values they hold. Yet the emotional and financial consequences for the affected individuals and the community at large are weighty considerations. It is also worth noting that such events in our industry not only signal shifting business strategies, but also trigger ripples of change in market dynamics. Fellows promises to maintain focus on its remaining product lines in the contract furniture industry, such as monitor arms, power solutions, and other workspace essentials. The unfolding scenario at Fellows Brands starkly reminds us of the perennial delicate balance between innovation and tradition, investment and return, and most pointedly, between the business's operational strategies and the lived realities of its workforce. As we look to the future, We are reminded of the resilience that is a hallmark of our industry and the individuals within it, even in the face of challenges and closures. As we move through the twists and turns of the retail landscape, one indicator always seems to stand out: foot traffic. It's a telltale sign of consumer confidence, retail health, and economic vigor. That's why today, we're going to dedicate some time to delve into the retail traffic trends of the first quarter, offering a snapshot of the industry's heartbeat. During this period, a selection of home textile leaders bucked the trend of just modest footfall. Instead, they notched impressive gains, hinting at a robust appetite for home furnishings. Among these, HomeSense, a TJX-owned home furnishings chain, shone particularly bright. The 55-unit chain, known for its wide array of home accents, emerged with an almost staggering near 10% increase in foot traffic. It's an illustration not only of consumers' desires to refresh their living spaces, but also the lure of a well-curated brick-and-mortar experience. Income levels have a telling role in these dynamics. HomeSense captured a slice of the market that speaks of affluence, boasting a median household income among its visitors of $108,900, overshadowing its sister chain, Home Goods, and other competitors such as At Home. It suggests that the wealthier demographics are not shying away from the tactile and visual retail experience that such chains offer. Yet HomeSense was not alone in these first quarter victories. Costco, a behemoth in the wholesale club category, saw its traffic swell by 8.9%. The allure of bulk buying and a diversely stocked home department draw in not just consistent crowds, but also new members, signaling an ongoing shift in consumer shopping patterns amid a climate of economic rumination. Not far behind, Sam's Club and BJ's Wholesale marked healthy increases as well, underscoring the continued appeal of membership-based retail in the home goods sector. But here's an interesting twist. When we cast our gaze over to Walmart, which surged with a 3.9% growth, we see it outpaced by these wholesale clubs. Yet, Walmart's massive footprint in retail still secures it the lion's share of visits when compared to the wholesale clubs. This giant, with its fingers in many a retail pie, demonstrates the importance of variety and price point accessibility to the American consumer. Let's also take a moment to glance at TJ Maxx and Marshalls, retailers that seemed to crack the code of tapping into the one-person household market segment. These visitors often embody the youthful, vibrant energy of the Gen Z demographic, a valuable target for retailers seeking long-term brand loyalty. Anchoring the discussion is the data furnished by Placer.ai, which provided these compelling insights into the Q1 reports. Their analysis sheds light not only on the buoyant traffic trends, but also on the subtle shifts in consumer demographics and behavior. It indicates a vibrant marketplace that's not homogeneous, but is dynamically segmented by age, income, and shopping preferences. These foot traffic patterns, ladies and gentlemen, do more than just tell us about past performance. They offer a roadmap to future strategies. As we array these Q1 advances and shuffle them alongside economic indicators, we're attuned to a changing consumer, one who is allocating their spending power with greater selectivity and awareness, and who is still finding considerable value in the in-store experience. Now, as we canvass the burgeoning flow of customers through the doors of these retailers, we stand on the cusp of a new quarter. What lies ahead? Only time will tell. But for now, let's take these signs of vigor as a robust pulse within the furniture and home goods industry. In industry news, Flexsteel Industries has launched an online auction, a development that follows the earlier announcement of the closure of its Dublin, Georgia manufacturing plant. The auction serves as a bittersweet reminder of the plant's history and the changes afoot in furniture manufacturing. Included in the auction are various woodworking machines, fabric cutters, sewing machines, forklifts, and other essential equipment once integral to the plant's operations. This significant event is ongoing, having kicked off on May 7th, and it's scheduled to continue until May 21st. For those interested in acquiring industrial-grade machinery or simply witnessing the end of an era, the auction is open, with an opportunity to view the items in person by appointment on May 20th. As Flexsteel aims to streamline operations and navigate the competitive landscape of furniture manufacturing, the impending facility sale stands as a testament to the industry's ever-evolving nature. And that wraps up today's edition of Furniture Industry News. We want to thank you for tuning in and joining us as we navigated through the intricate landscape of the furniture market, assessing the ebbs and flows that define our dynamic industry. From sales declines and market strategies to international trade wins and on-ground retail shifts, we've covered a spectrum of stories that matter to you, the industry professional. Keep an eye out for our next episode, where we'll continue to delve into the critical changes, challenges, and opportunities that shape the world of furniture. Until then, remember to stay informed, stay connected, and most importantly, stay inspired. Goodbye for now.